Hello, beautiful butterflies. Welcome to Mariposa Wisdom. I'm Jennifer Love. I'm an angel intuitive and life coach. If you want to learn more about me, you can visit jenniferlove.me. This reading is for the current energy in love for Libra for March 2020. This is the current energy. Energy can change based on your free will choices, and that's what makes intuitive reading so powerful. Hopefully you can use the guidance to make better choices. This message will not resonate with everyone, so just keep the messages that are for you and let go of the rest. If it's not your story, please check your moon or rising sign or come back next month. And if you're watching, I can connect with your energy and tell your story next time. If you're a subscriber, welcome back. If you're new to me, you're most welcome here. So I just wanted to apologize for February. I did not get to the Libra reading. I was very busy and I went on vacation last week, which was so wonderful and nice, but I'm still working on my YouTube schedule that goes along with all of my personal clients readings, and I did have a lot of last minute kind of readings that my repeat clients wanted, and I tried to accommodate them as much as possible. So I decided to do the air signs first for March, so you get first dibs this time. I am starting a Patreon, so I will be doing more adult readings. I mean, I realize that my channel now should be only people watching 18 and over, but I want these readings on Patreon to be about sex and sexuality. So very, very graphic, very intimate, and I don't want to be censored on YouTube. So if you're interested in that, you can drop a comment and I will reach out to you. I will, be putting that information in shortly, but I kind of wanted to have a few videos for people to look at before I, launch the channel. So if you have any questions for any sex or sexual pick a card readings, you can drop a comment below and I would love to address that on Patreon. So let's get started with your reading for March, Libra. I'm just going to pick one card here for go together. A little energy reading, kind of overall energy for the month for you, Libra. Let's see what overall we want to know. Ooh, the man holding a heart. That's nice for a love reading, I gotta say. This man is offering a serious love offer. This is not friends with benefits or casual dating or anything like that. This is a real solid love offer, and it's also a man who knows how to express himself emotionally, which can be hard for the masculine to really dig deep into their emotions, because it comes naturally for the feminine because we've been practicing it our whole lives, whereas men sometimes have a harder time accessing those emotions because they've been taught to suppress in our society, suppress their emotions. So but this man wants to express his emotions to you. He wants to give you a solid love offer. And, if you're into that type, he could be a very creative or sensual person, I'm feeling. So if that's your type of guy, Libra, or if that's your type of masculine energy, then that can be pretty cool, right? I feel like it's also a very honest kind of energy that this man is giving off to you. He could have long hair, doesn't have to. And I'm really focusing on his jewelry for some reason. So if you meet someone who, wears a ring, Wears a Necklace is all about, not all about jewelry, but wears jewelry. I mean, a bracelet, that, but the jewelry is going to have special significance to him. It's not just going to be because it's trendy. So if you do, see a guy who, has a piece of jewelry and then it has a story behind it, that could be the man that we're talking about. This is gonna be like a really open, honest person that you're gonna be able to discuss your feelings with. So that's kind of exciting, I think, because it's so rare that you get to like talk to someone really deeply about your feelings and how you feel. And me, as a Scorpio, I have a lot of feelings that I like to talk about. So, having heart-to-heart conversations, that like really does it for me. I love deep conversations. So that's exciting to me, that you can honestly like discuss your feelings with each other. We really have to focus on loving ourselves first. Don't get so caught up in this, new opportunity, or if you've already met this person, kind of the deepening of the relationship, because if you start to make that person more important in your mind than yourself, it's actually a turnoff for them to be, I don't want to be responsible for this person's happiness. That's too much pressure. You have to be happy with your own life first before you can partner with somebody else. So definitely don't lose yourself into this new romance or deepening romance that you have, and stay optimistic. Even if you think like, well, maybe the person I'm dating right now doesn't sound like this guy, it's okay. Maybe he will grow and evolve, and you'll get an aspect of this open, honest, emotional, creative guy. You'll get some aspect of that personality in the person that you're currently dating right now. So just focus on staying positive. I think that's going to be really helpful as you go forward. Like really, and I think I want to say Aquarius got the same card about staying optimistic. So, whoa, these cards. I'm so klutzy lately. Like, this Mercury retrograde has got me tripping over things, dropping things, shuffling badly. Like, it's all over the place. I don't know if you've had that experience in Mercury retrograde, but I don't know what it is. Like, I've just been a total klutz lately, and it's so not like me. But Aquarius got the same card. So, and I talked in their reading about, see how she's like, this woman in this card is like making an offering. You might want to do a little love spell for yourself, or some kind of ritual or offering. But again, like I told Aquarius, don't make a certain person the focus of your love spell. Just, focus on bringing more love to your life in general, because we don't want to interfere with anyone's free will. And, certain love spells can kind of backfire on you, which I don't want to get into, but just be careful. Be careful with your magic, please. What am I getting from the Page of Pentacles? So I think that this person that is coming into your life or is in your life has very strong ideas about how things should go, how relationships should be, or how love should be. And in certain instances, it's really a fantasy. He's like, he or she is like living in fantasy land, because that is not how relationships are, and that is not how you're going to be. So I kind of feel like this person needs to be, that's kind of what this having a heart-to-heart conversation is about. You kind of have to pull them down from the clouds and say, this is not what I do, or this is not how I act, or your idea of, me making the plans for every date that we go on is not my idea of how a partnership should work, or whatever it is. I feel like some kind of fantasy of this person is going to test your boundaries, and you're going to have to, this is a strength card, you're going to have to show some restraint in how you deal with this person, because this guy's like all creative and visionary and in the sky, and he's going to have some unrealistic expectations of what this relationship is, I feel. So you're going to have to interject the reality, the concreteness, and you're also going to have to show restraint when he or she kind of goes off on, oh, we should be doing this and that, and, da, da, da. And you're like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do any of that. Because this person is living in a fantasy land, and you're just going to have to show some restraint on how you communicate with this person, because it may not be the most realistic, communication that this person is offering you. I mean, I'm not saying he's a bad person. I think this is a great relationship. It's just, I want you to, really be aware if this person is kind of stepping over your boundaries, or doesn't share the same values you do, because you might get upset and have to show some restraint. I also have an essential oil diffuser going on. It just kind of like, I don't know, helped my mood in general, but now it's kind of annoying me with all this smoke. So please let me know in the comments if that is annoying, because I don't know. I'm not sure how that smoke looks on the screen. I'm not really looking at the screen when I'm doing the reading. I'm just kind of like in my intuitive zone reading, and I don't really see what's happening. So anyway, definitely stay optimistic, stay positive. There's more to come. There's more that you're going to learn about this person. There's more ideas they have to share about the relationship and how you guys will be moving forward or not moving forward. Hopefully, the information that you learn is something that you're going to want to keep going and continue with. But in some cases, you might learn something that you don't really like and you don't really want to be a part of, or if this person's fantasy is just like not resolving after this heart-to-heart conversation, if they still have this weird fantasy in their head about how you're going to act or how you're going to be, then it may not be, something you want to pursue. There's definitely a lot of positive energy behind this, so that is a very good sign. And if you do like disagree on certain things, just try again. Even if you've possibly ended things with this person, then maybe you should give them a second chance after this heart-to-heart conversation, because there will be, like I said, there's these fantasies that this person has in their head that they just need to be like aired out, and so you could straighten him or her out, that that is not what I had in mind. So I think as long as you can be honest and do that, then you actually have a chance of like being with this person and moving forward. And I do feel like this person is almost envious of you. Like, of course they care about you and they're, have romantic feelings for you, but I feel like they're almost envious of your ability to kind of, I don't know what I'm trying to say. They're envious of how like balanced you are, and how even keeled, and like how you're just so popular and social, and they feel like you can be gracious in any conversation to like see the other person's point of view, and you're showing restraint when they're telling you all these weird fantasies they're having. They just kind of envy you of that like even keeled Libra scales balance. And as long as people have things that they admire about each other, and that's awesome. So I don't think there's anything wrong with this envy that I'm feeling, but I do think it's worth discussing. Yeah, let's say that. It's worth discussing. It's worth having a discussion about. What else is going on? Oh, an addiction. It says an addiction is affecting this relationship. So, addiction. Yeah, I feel like either this person could be, addicted obviously to alcohol, drugs, some substance, sex addiction, gambling, shopping, workaholic. These are all addictions. But I feel like in this person's case, they're just a very sensitive person, and they're bringing codependent behaviors that they've had from childhood into your relationship. So when someone has an alcoholic parent, or both parents, God forbid, you learn kind of coping behaviors to deal with that alcoholic parent, which are called codependent behaviors. And there's a great book by Melody Beattie, Beattie, called Codependent No More. And you can read that and kind of understand what those codependent type of behaviors are. But a famous one is enabling. So, like, let's say every time your sensitive person came home from school as a kid, mom was passed out on the couch from drinking, and he had to, make his own dinner because, mom just was not in any condition to do that. So that's a kind of enabling behavior. You're like kind of excusing that behavior in that person. You're not like shaking them awake and saying, make me dinner. You're just letting them, be in their alcoholic stupor, and you're taking care of business for them. So it's a lot of caretaking. Codependent behavior is a lot of caretaking. And when someone grows up with an alcoholic parent, of course, they're more likely to be an addict themselves, but also they're more likely to just take those codependent behaviors that they learned growing up into their adult relationships, where neither person is addicted to anything, but it's still these unhealthy behaviors that persist. So I feel more of a codependency with this person than this person is actually an addict. But please be careful for any red flags, obviously, that you see that could indicate that this person could suffer from an addiction. Because we want both people to be healthy. When you enter in a relationship, you want, two whole people coming in to enhance each other's lives, not one of them unhealthy and the other person has to take care of them. So let's get some messages from this man holding a heart. You are irreplaceable. My family and upbringing are a bigger factor than I realized. I'm just doing what I have to do right now. So kind of what I said, I feel like it's the same, message. Obviously, like, you're irreplaceable. They're really envious of this, like I said, this kind of balance. You're like a whole person. You have everything under control, and they just feel like you're a very unique, special person. And I think, all the channeling I did about codependency, this is just echoing it. My family and upbringing are a bigger factor than I realized. I think this person didn't even realize they were doing codependent stuff until they got into this relationship, and they're like, that's not right. But I'm just doing what I have to do right now. they're trying to cope. They're trying to figure out from your heart-to-heart conversation. So now I'm feeling like there might be two scenarios. There might be someone who has, had this relationship with Mr. Sensitive and then broke it off because of these issues. And the way to come back together will be to have that heart-to-heart conversation. Or you haven't met this person yet, and they're just trying to cope with life the way that they know how, which is these codependent things and or an addiction. So definitely, heads up that that could be an issue, but I don't think any of those things to me are a deal breaker. If someone is willing to learn and grow and work on themselves, I think that that is everything. So definitely hold a lot of positive energy around it if you want to be with this person, if you like all the other aspects of this person and they just need to work on this thing, and that they are actively working on it. I think that's the most important aspect that I wanted to tell you. Okay, so I'm really going on and on today. I want an advice card. So I'm going to take these. And I do have to say, all of my readings are different. I don't have a structure to it, and I pull decks intuitively and I read cards intuitively. So if you look at Gemini's reading, it's not going to be the same cards as yours. It's not even going to be the same decks. It's not going to be the same style. So it's very different. It's just if that resonates with you, great. I'm just a very intuitive reader. If you want someone with more structure who actually reads the tarot, what it means, then I may not be the reader for you. So this is the card for advice, and it says freedom. There's nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. So I really feel like, if you want to give this a chance, you can. But there's always another option. You can always just, walk away if you decide that this is too much to deal with. Get your codependent shit under control before you come at me. That's okay too. You don't have to, kind of work with this person or deal with this person if they're going through stuff. You can say, okay, you go through your stuff and then come back to me when you're healed or better or not doing that anymore. And certainly if this person is suffering from an addiction, an active addiction, you definitely have the freedom to walk away because they need to heal, and it's not going to be during your relationship that they do that. So that's just something they would need to focus on 100% because it's very difficult to handle an addiction. You don't ever get over an addiction, but you do learn healthy ways to cope with stress and your emotions and that kind of thing. So the key here, I think, for you, Libra, for this month is going to be to have the honest and open discussion to find out where this person might be having fantasies, or they might be projecting onto you. And so you can, make a decision where you want to, be strong and kind of stay with this person, or, be strong and leave because you always have that option too. So I really don't feel strongly one way or another. And I do feel, because this is a general reading, you need to hear both sides, and you need to know that you can make either choice and both are valid. So I'm just going to keep it general for that reason. If you were my private client, I might go further into it and try to not tell you what to do, but show you different scenarios, what would happen in each. If you stayed with the person, if you left, do I want another card? Yes, I do want another card for advice. So I'm going to do one more for advice. We'll just see what we get. Oh my God. You can't make this shit up. I swear to God. Recovery. And I really do feel like this person might be recovering from an addiction. I just, like, it's all like coming together. So Mr. Soulfully Sensitive might have an addiction that's affecting your relationship. And whether this is someone you know who it is or someone that might come into your life in the next few months, just please be aware of the red flags for addictive behavior, codependent behavior. And then, so that it could be that your person, you broke up with them and you're aware of their issues. That's one scenario. Another scenario is you haven't met this person yet and they're in recovery already. But you just have to have, some heart-to-heart conversations because you want this to be healthy. You want this to be, a relationship that goes a long way. So you have to have all those discussions and air out this person's issues. And the third is that this person is suffering from the throes of their addiction and they're just doing what they have to do right now to survive. And you don't want to be a part of that. You don't want to be a part of that. You have to elect freedom at that point because someone has to come to you happy, whole, and healthy. You can't have a healthy relationship with a person that's in the throes of addiction. You just can't. It's not worth it either for your own sanity. So, like I said, general reading, those are 3 different ways it could go. But yeah, I think, hopefully if this person is a recovering addict, you can, have some positive energy around it. Especially love yourself first. In any of these scenarios, you have to love yourself first. There's just no way around it. And you have to maintain really strong boundaries because you don't want to get involved with an unhealthy person. So, Libra, I hope this was helpful for you. This is very specific for a general reading, but thank you so much for watching. If this video resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'm new here and I'd really like to grow and reach more people. If you know a Libra or someone dealing with a Libra, if you could share the video, that would be cool. And drop a comment below and let me know if anything was spot on for you. I will be going live and taking personal love and relationship questions a few times a month, so hit the notification bell if you'd like to participate. I really love to do readings for you. If you'd like a personal reading, you can visit jenniferlove.me. All my services are there, as well as my appointment calendar. You can just book straight on my website. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next month, Libra. Bye.